Ladies and gentlemen, for a new episode of Life in the Fast Lane, I'm joined by a driver who's competing and learning in the Premier Touring Car Championship of India. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Anuranjan Velmurugan. Anuranjan, how are you doing?
Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm doing great as well. So this weekend you're at the IndyCaring track, practicing maybe, off season?
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep doing whatever racing you get, So, and there's not a lot of racing championships in India, so whatever I get my hands on, I just go ahead and do it, and and I've never been to Mumbai before, so it's also like a vacation for me.
Yeah.
Might as well, meet Rayo and everyone, and just keep my skills sharp,
Yeah. That's more like it. And how did you get to where you are at this moment in the Ameo Cup? What was your journey from the start like?
Well, I mean, me, like any other kid who likes cars, I was just crazy about cars, and I would spend hours and hours, watching videos about cars and stuff. And I started, I taught myself how to drive, when I was 10, and I used to just, I used to drive around in my local streets and stuff. So, and eventually I had a couple of my friends who were older, and they do track days and stuff. So I would sneak in and give it a little shot, see what I can do.
Right.
And I've been fortunate enough to do a lot of track days with road cars, and then I was, I always had the search to find, any racing to get, started with, but sadly couldn't find that many in India. I'm sure, if you've been trying to do that, it's kind of hard to.
It is indeed.
So it was just like a chill day, and now I was just Googling random stuff. I thought, okay, let me just start by getting out my racing license.
Yeah.
And then I came to the FMSCI webpage, and I saw VW Ameo Cup, registration open. I was like,
that sounds like a good thing to do. So
yeah.
That was the feeling inside your head, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, I mean, I know that nothing is here in India, but but the search never stopped for me, so I always kept, reading about car stuff, searching for videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one day I come up for this, and I was like, all right, let's give it a shot. I might do good. So I didn't know that I would be, in the Ameo Cup really, because it's about 1,500 applicants signed up for it. And they are shortlisted to about 150, 130, something like that. So,
and there you are, the lucky one, driving in here in one of these fabulous touring cars.
Yes, so they select 15 people to compete in the Ameo Cup, and I made it top 15 out of the 130.
Wow.
And since I'm a really heavy driver in a car, the test goes in a go-kart, so I was a very heavy driver, so that was quite a disadvantage for me, but I was lucky to be in the top 15, and in the Ameos, a little bit overweight doesn't really matter because the car itself is a lot heavier and powerful. So, I'm just so lucky and glad to be doing what I do,
And what about the car? Because everyone says that the Ameo Cup car is one of the best touring cars that you can possibly drive. Do you share the same opinion?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you look at it from the outside, you might think it's the Ameo, Why would you be racing an Ameo? But then when you actually get to drive that car and experience the speed, it's pretty much like world class, So if you're aware about the Clio Cup in the Euro, so this car is almost as quick and maybe even better, I would say. So, and you're getting it for a fraction of the cost if you were about to do the Clio Cup in the Europe. So, and it's just something, it's just once in a lifetime opportunity for most of us, and we are just so glad every single minute we get to race that thing, and it's just so crazy.
Of course, you have every reason to be excited about it.
Yeah.
But Anuranjan, what have you learned so far in your time in racing? Do you feel that you've progressed as a driver as the years have passed by?
For sure, yeah. I mean, the first time you get into a race car, you're really just so nervous, and the first time you race in a different track, you're very nervous what's gonna happen, and it just grew me as a really good racing driver, and all the fears have calmed down, and once you get past the point where you're fearless, then that's when you actually start racing. I'm talking about the fear of okay, what's gonna happen, all that, and then as you become a professional, you start worrying about other bigger things which are actually worthy. So mentally I've developed really so much, no matter what happens, I'm still able to, I'm gonna rewind and just go and deliver it again.
Give everything that you've got every single time. Right.
Because you know how motorsport is, sometimes it might be you, sometimes it's the car or the situation. So what racing teaches you is that determination, which is just never ending. Any racing driver, you can never, see him without a strong determination, because he's just no matter what happens in life, I'm just gonna do what I do,
Right, yeah.
And keep racing forever. So That's something I can, really say that it's a really big thing in my life, which racing gave me. So
Yeah, right. And you said that you taught yourself how to drive. You learned driving on your own. So what was the challenge like? And do you feel that learning driving on your own has made you probably better on the racetrack as compared to the others?
Yeah, like anything in life, if let's say you're going to school and a teacher teaches you something, you're never going to be as good as if you were to take your own personal interest and learn it by yourself. You're gonna excel so much faster than if it's being taught to you. So if you think about all the professional drivers like Hamilton and everyone, he doesn't have a driver coach, he doesn't have anybody, and he just learned himself. So I think when you teach yourself something, it's it just stays with you for longer, and it just helps the learning get better.
Right.
So I mean, it was just second nature to me. I didn't have to wait for a month to be good at driving. It just took a couple of weeks.
Naturally or something.
It's just there, I mean, it's like some people, they just do art. They look at something and they do art. For me, it's like I get a car and I just know how to drive it.
And Anuranjan, you mentioned to me before we shot the video that you've been to a lot of racing tracks around the world. But out of all of those, which one gave you the most special feeling? Something that you felt that, right, this is home, this is where I belong?
Well, I just had my final race with the Ameos in BIC, Bull International Circuit.
Yeah.
And the moment we went there, we could see Lewis Hamilton, Alonso. When they raced last time, it was 2013. Yeah. And everybody's names are still there, and and we had the pit lane right next to Kimi Raikkonen's name, so that was just so special. And I mean, out of the times I was racing weekends are very busy. I just took the time to just walk around the pits and just take a video of everything and just appreciate.
It's a magnificent building. That.
Oh my God, that's just an insane facility. It's sad that we don't have F1 anymore, but it was so good. I would say that's just most emotionally, I'm so attached to that racetrack. I would never give up on an opportunity to race there again. So
same here, absolutely same here. Right, Anuranjan, so do you have any hilarious story from your time in racing? Maybe a prank that you've played on someone, maybe crashing into someone and then just having a beer after that or something? Something on that basis?
Well, okay, so here's what happened. I'm from SRM, and SRM was organizing an event. Since I'm in VW and it's a national championship, they wanted to do some event with me to, bring people to motorsport and let people know that I'm racing, I'm representing SRM and Chennai.
Yeah.
So that event was supposed to happen in the evening.
Yeah.
And in the morning, FP1, we were just testing out the cars.
Right.
And it had rained the night before.
Yeah.
And I am from Chennai, and I know that it has rained.
Yeah.
But I was like, on the first lap, I'm a rookie, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna push right away.
Right.
And I go wide, and I go into the grass. The car just spins. It just goes out, took out a fence, and then it's just done. That's it. One lap and my car is done.
It's out of the boundary completely.
Yeah.
It's gone for a 4, but then that's not a good thing in racing.
Yeah, but I mean, crashes happen.
Yeah.
We push like crazy, and this happens. And then after 6 hours, my car is done, and I put a quali, and I'm in the top 10.
Wow.
And then I go to my university, and VW lets me drive their car, launch it in my university.
That must be like a really proud feeling, right? I'm the racing driver of this university.
I mean, it's not every day where you crash somebody else's car. I mean, we do get to race with it, but then VW has to trust in me to do that again. Let me drive it again.
And that must be something really special, no?
Yeah, I mean, it was like a lot of ups and downs, I mean, I crashed, I do feel bad, but, after that the car was fixed in a couple hours. VW team was amazing in doing all that.
Yeah.
And then after that, coming here and, having this amazing event with like thousands and thousands of people there, that was
all just chill, all cool and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I crashed, and the video was like just everywhere, and everybody was like, whoa, dude, that looked bad. It's just a normal crash,
Yeah. just the usual stuff for me.
Yeah, I mean, it happens every day for us.
Right. And now, Anuranjan, finally, what are your plans moving ahead for the next few years in motorsport?
Well, I gotta. I haven't really officially announced it to anyone but
just a sneak peek, a spoiler note or something for us?
Maybe I might be involved with VW again next year. So.
Right. Maybe something we'll be keeping our eyes on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Anuranjan. Thank you so much for your time.
Glad to talk to you, man.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. You can subscribe to all of our social media handles. This once again was Anuranjan Velmurugan, one of the coolest Ameo Cup drivers around. Thank you, Anuranjan, once again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Cheers.